Okay. Well, I sure wish I guess this is probably it. Um, yep. There we go. All right. I'll let people know. Okay. So, I'm really not super practiced at getting streaming set up. I do have a new mic though. It's a new Fifine, I guess is how you say it, mic. I've been using a Blue Yeti for years, and that bit the dust. I think storing it not protected in the closet was not a good move. But yeah. Um, so quality on this one seems to be pretty good. This is the SketchUp not SketchUp. ZBrush, when you open it, is just the weirdest. It has the stupidest way of starting a new project. So we're going to do this. This is the first time I've streamed actually doing a model. So that's nice. So right now we got 2,000 points, 11,000, 45,000, and then delete lower subdivision models. So this is just, I'm going to work on 45,000. Dynamesh is on. Turn up the resolution on that for when I use that later. So what am I doing? I am doing the Dredgel. So this is a Strikecraft level, as far as golems, not golems, but as far as Dark Zenith go. This is Strikecraft level 1. So I'd looked up the history of the name anyway, and it was Badger picked out all these various names, and so I thought about, okay, well, like a little servant that looks like it's bowing. So, and I said LOD 0 5K poly limit. Ha ha ha. That's never going to happen. But I've been using much closer LODs than what I was thinking of when I set that up. So I'm going to be drawing in ZBrush, importing over to Unity briefly. I'm going to make sure that's actually finally good. Okay. This is the most recent model, the couple of models, the way they are in Unity as their final product. And then in the middle of that, I'm going to be painting in 3D Coat. So this is that same model in the 3D Coat environment. So let's go through the whole thing. Okay, so I said I wanted, what was it? A small servant bowing almost. Okay. I'm going to leave symmetry on, and I'm going to use the clay buildup brush. I'm going to make it larger, and I am just going to rough in some shape here. So bowing, well, let's make it kind of almost like there's hands come in. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of, like, instead of a prostrate thing, more like clasped hands in front. And then I didn't give myself a whole lot to go on with that. If I did something like this, it'd be very kind of pod-like in a whole lot of respects. So, I mean, there are some pros to that. Smooth this out some. So this is the simplest of the simple. This is a little Strikecraft, So the question is, do I want to go for a base shape that's any more complicated than this for a strike craft? This is not a golem. This is not a dire or anything sort of thing. It's meant to be simple. So almost like it's bowing. Let's give it a little head. Little head, and let's make it tilt over. And be careful that this doesn't become something else. But yeah, that's starting to look like something else. Discord has censored a lot of my stuff. And then Dynamesh off and on to get it evenly. I was running out of polygons to maneuver with around here. So I'm gonna tilt this around. This obviously looks inappropriate at the moment, but it won't last. I'm gonna make it tilt down more. Yeah. Yep. And smooth it. This is a more interesting shape. It's not just a completely convex mesh. It's got some concavity in there, which I always like to include because it's difficult. Oops. All right. So still looks wildly inappropriate, but that's fine for now. I'm gonna chisel and adjust the size way on down, and let's see what we do here. It doesn't matter if it's kind of rough at the moment. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Intending to smooth. All right, so let's keep moving my hand, my left hand, back and forth between my 3D mouse here and then some of the hotkeys on the keyboard. It's a little bit on the annoying side with ZBrush because with 3D Coat, I can pretty much do everything just with the mouse wheel and things like that, things that I use the most commonly. But I just can't sculpt nearly as nicely in 3D Coat as I can in ZBrush, so that's where we wind up with. All right, I want this to be really smooth there. This is still looking disturbing. That's too much. I was curious what that would look like with the chisel. What I actually am going to do, I'm going to use regular clay, and then I'm going to hold Alt so that I'm kind of shaving this back. And I missed on that last one. I gave it a little bit of a duck butt, although that's not the worst thing in the world. Okay. Still looking not appropriate. No. All right. Shape is fine. We're going to adjust this. Go like this. Just to give it a little more definition here. But the head shape, we'll call that fine. It's still inappropriate at the moment, but it won't be. Could kind of taper this. Okay. Dredgel, is that right? Yep, Dredgel. Okay, now let's have some fun with some brushes. So let's go with some of the Armor Nano. I've had trouble with this. I'm not sure that this is going to work, but all right. 500,000 polys should be plenty. Yeah, this Armor Nano one doesn't work very well. I need to figure out how to use it. What sort of feel do I want to it? Let's go with hard surface. All these little greebles I can put on. See how many polys this is. About 1,000. It's not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and make Polymesh 3D, bake it all into one. Not even a little bit. Not bad for a little strike craft. So now it has some more non-organic components. Let's give it some fans here in the back. Use this. Wow, those are like 50,000 each. No. Don't feel like fixing that. These don't sit low enough. Okay. Fine. Time for some organic stuff. I've been partial to this dragon skin one. Let's do some... Gotta be really careful with this head here. Hey. Okay, sure what's going on there. I usually save as I go, so I'm gonna save my tool here. DC Dredgel. Call out the base. Why on earth is it highlighted like that? Whatever. I just have upgraded to 2021 6.3, so hopefully there's just not a new bug with that. Let's use rock forms. Let's see. Ow. Did you break all my brushes? ZBrush. It's trying to subdivide right now, but it's being really slow about it. Not a good sign. All right. Well, that's why it's nice to save. I'm going to pretend like I'm opening a Z-sphere and then load my tool from here. And it's put me in the wrong spot, so... Okay. Eh? Well, that's interesting. Suddenly I can't draw on it at all. Everything looks appropriate. Wait, now it's actually registering something though. Well, let's start out by decimating this a bit. Pre-process it. So it analyzes it. Should just take a couple seconds. 4. Let's do 150K polys. It's applying the decimation. Let's hope it wasn't something program breaking in that fan thing that I put on the back. That is taking forever. That's why I save before I start putting accents on, usually. Okay, let's try Z remeasure then. Sometimes that works. Keep creases, detect edges. Yeah, just put it to half. So you can see the progress it's making up there. It's going pretty fast. Sometimes Z remeasure doesn't really work all that well. Other times it works amazing. Sometimes it gets about halfway through and then freaks out on the geometry and dies, but good. I can work with this. Whoa, you went to 35,000 points? Overkill, dude. Alright, fine. I don't really care. I need more detail to sculpt on than that, though. Not that much detail. Say this much. Delete lower. This thing's going to be seen from way off like this for the most part anyway, so we're just going to be working in broad strokes. Okay, let's try this again. I want my dragon stuff. See if I can use that or not. Or if this is just a truly messed up build or what. Nope, it works. Okay, good. I need more geometry. Let's make these like walrus teeth. I want them more there. That feels more like a bowing head with bionic implants rather than like a anything else. All right, let's start putting in some details. Notice how it warps the organic or inorganic part that's near it. I always like that. You know what? I'm going to leave that alone. Let's go like this. And I want a couple of little ones in here. Nope. I like that. All right. Nice. Let's continue the theme here along this side anyway. Nope. I would like it to wrap around, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. Nope. I'm going to mask that out in a bit. Yuck. I got detail through there. I'm gonna have it come unevenly across here. Yeah, well, now this does look weird. All right. I think it's got two little caps that are working together. All right, let's see if I can fit one in here. It may distort that too much. It's okay. All right. Time for something new. So what I would like to do is have some more concave bits here. Yeah, I prefer that. Yeah, too close. Okay. Let's continue that theme around here. Note that really changes the weight of the shoulders here, the quote-unquote shoulders. Yeah, I like that. Organic but not organic. I gotta work pretty large with this because it's gonna be seen from such a distance most of the time. So any of the little details I do, I mean, that's nice, but a lot of it's just gonna get lost, and I have to be okay with that. So, do I want to do that? I don't think so. This is gonna, come on, give me a mouse control. Ah, hate it when it does that. That'll make an interesting place to catch paint. I'm not going to do that though. I'm going to use this one. So catch paint too, but it'll look different. Okay, that's not working. Distorting my... All right, let's do a Dynamesh. I didn't realize I had subdivision levels. Wish they had a cancel option on there. Okay, it's fine. Dynamesh off, back to 414. Cool. Now we've got an even set of polygons is the big deal there. So you can see that they're evenly distributed. Without that, I can't model. The nice thing about modeling with 3D Coat is that you don't have to worry about that. But there's a lot of other things I can't do because I don't have these sort of awesome brushes. Okay. Destroyed any sense of hands. Am I okay with that? Yes. Maybe I can get the sense of hands back in. I want to have a little... These things need to not just be like loose. All right, is that okay? Maybe. The undo history is really, really nice though, so we'll see how this feels. The enemy's gate is down. Is that okay? Yeah. Looks kind of geologic, but it's fine. I'm not going to put too much effort into the bottom because almost nobody ever sees that, but I do want to have something here. In this particular case, I'm just going to do some really broad shape. Nope, not that. Broad shapes there. No. No. Need something flatter. Okay, what's going on down here? That is kind of interesting. I'll smooth that out later, or now. Again, concavity. I like it. So this thing is looking thoroughly armored at this point. It's got guns. It's got little other organic bits. The guns are organic-y looking themselves. I could leave this part back here smooth, but I think that would look ultimately a little on the odd side. So I'm just going to switch to a different thing. I'm going to use my wood one. Yeah, Cricket, I know. My dog wants food. All right, and so let's see. Do these trunk details. Nope. Something big enough to be seen from very, very far away. Nope. There's a lot of wasted geometry underneath. Sloppy. Nope. Nope. Gonna destroy everything with that. Nope. Alright, we're done with that one. Let's use some of those rocks I was thinking about earlier. Definitely rocky. Nope. Gives it a bit of form and blends it in a little bit, but this is ultimately pretty samey. Maybe this one. And that has some nice creases there in the back. That'll show. And this I can just smooth out because it's the underside. Nobody's going to see it. I would happily put more details, but, you know, nobody's going to see it. I need something else for the head here. Let's look in our zombie kit. Yeah, that's nasty. You know, I have been making good use of a negative space. What was that under? Well, that's interesting. Yep. I'm a fan. All right, this big smooth area needs something, and I'm going to tie it together with the top a little bit. And I want to make it really clear that those aren't eyeballs. I might be able to do one last little something. No, that's nasty. Maybe this. No. There's this thing with 3 holes in it that I've been making really good use of. What was that in? That might be, that's in my horror brush one, I think. Either that or it's an alien. I think I will do this though. That is the one I was thinking of. What do you know? Okay. Time to dynamesh again. Yeah. All right. And then divide this. Turn dynamesh off. I think I lost too much detail with that. Okay. Here we go. All right. Delete lower this time. Dynamesh resolution higher. That works. It's about 1 million polys. Once you get to 6 million, stops working very well. All right. So you can see I've got plenty of polygons to push upwards here with and downwards. We'll be seeing this from very far away, and that's going to be pretty busy. That might be okay. I think what I'm going to do is just use regular clay brush and use it subtractively with a way higher intensity than that. Hey, okay, I need to actually put it in as subtractive. And I can never remember how the focal shift and all that works here. It's so different from 3D coat in this. I keep going back and forth between the two, and that does not help. Okay. It's too big. Got a notable line there in the center. Get rid of that. Now is as good a time as ever to save my work. Almost done. I keep trying to use the hotkeys for 3D coat. Pretty sure there's a tool that's more specifically built for holes, but I could use the move brush at this point. I can never find it. Yeah, that's just going to make a mess of my topology. All right. And then I'm going to and Dynamesh again. Okay, now I have topology to work with. Let's smooth that out. And then let's cut some more. Smooth cut, smooth cut, smooth. These are gonna look like nostrils more than anything else. All right. And I actually wanted to use the where is it? Slash. I'm gonna use that. Too much. Whoa, 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 too much. Cricket. No. All right. Let's see what happens if I do slash here. Yeah, that works. Can make a hole that way as well. That's better. All right, and I want smooth that out a little bit. I better Dynamesh this again. Okay, put this back into add mode. And this should show Smart Material Paint really, 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 really well. Be really visible from a distance. Happy with that. Yeah, I think so. Whoop, missed a little. There we go. Get some of that topography back. Let's have some topography on the butt. Smooth this out a little bit. Reverse exhaust port there. All right. Just kind of accenting these lines, or these edges that got lost a bit earlier. I'm specifically not going to accent those buttons. Those will get smoothed out a lot, and that's fine with me. That'll get smoothed out. That'll get smoothed out. These are a little lost. Give them a little quickie base. Just make sure everything's tied together. A lot of that'll get reduced out anyway, but still. Okay. Nice strong edge there. All right. I think we're getting close on this guy. This is lost though. This needs some help. Okay. Need more intensity for this thing. Okay. Yeah, that'll do well from a distance. All right. Walrus teeth and everything. Okay. Now, let's get this down to 50,000-ish polygons instead of this. So, I'm hoping that the decimation master works with this now, because it leaves a much less. They've improved Z remesh, but it's still makes things a little lumpy because it's originally built for organic stuff. So, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's really nice. Look how much detail was preserved. Now, of course, this is a lie that it's actually 40,000 points, but still, for LED0, it'll be fine. It's probably about 100,000, really. I might be able to make this, push this lower. Let's try 35K. Yeah, I barely noticed any difference. Can I go lower? 20K. Bear in mind, this is strike craft size, so even for the LED0, sticking kind of small. Yeah, let's do it. All right, so now we're going to export this to an FBX. OBJ stinks. It's an old format. I'm putting this in the Dredgel folder here. Now, oh, yep, 2020 format, please. Thank you. Done with ZBrush unless something happens where I have to, realize I have to go back. So, all right, here we are. So, Dredgel. So this is 1.5 megs. I'm going to open this with 3D browser. Let's see what it looks like. What it thinks the poly count is. Remember, this is saying 20K. And so, yeah, it's saying 20K points, 20K face, or 40K faces rather. And this is without any smoothing. That's fine. We can't paint it like this, though. We have to take it to Unity first. So, this is my Unity folder here. DC Dredgel. I'm not going to keep it in here yet, but I am going to smooth the normals on it. So, I'll be back to Unity once I paint it in 3D coat, but I wonder how long it's been. I didn't do a time mark very much. Maybe I did. 4:45, now 5:33. Okay, so 45 minutes for the initial sculpt. Not bad. Okay. So Unity, what do you think this is? You think it's 100,000 vertices, 108,000 vertices and 40,000 triangles. Every program is so different. That is fine. So I'm going to drop it on the sidebar here, not out in the middle, so it'll be at 0.000, so that when I use the FBX exporter from Unity, it will handle it properly. Now it's having a freak out for a minute for some reason, so we'll just wait for it to finish doing that, whatever it's thinking about. You gonna come back, Unity, or do I have to kill you? Sounds ominous. Sometimes after it's left for a couple of days, it does that, which is really annoying. All right, Unity. Oh, now you come back. Okay. Well, cancel then if you're gonna live. No, you're not gonna live, so fine. Okay. Okay, it's my Unity prep project. While that's opening, I'm going to feed the dog. Hello, Cricket. Oh, okay, it is 5:30. Dog is fed. Unity's still not open, I'm sure. What you doing, Unity? CPU is really busy. What's so busy? My backup process is running. Stop. That slows down everything. I'm just hammering my D drive. Although that might be Unity too. And Windows problem reporting. Did Unity die? Is that what happened? Nope, Unity's right there. It's just really, really slow. Huh. Right. Kill it again. Start it again, this time without the backup process running, and see if that works. There we go. You go outside? Here you go. Unity, you're killing me here, jeez. I don't have any better tool for smoothing the normal maps the way that I want to, because I want it. It's eventually going to be in the Unity format. So, I mean, yeah, I could do something else, but most of them aren't very good at it. I could just go to straight to 3D Coat and just paint it there, and I can have it smooth itself, I think. So we'll just do that for now. What is happening with my... Unity might decide to actually come back at some point soon. Okay, well, whatever. All right, we're going to paint a UV map mesh. Haha, it's not UV mapped, but fortunately lets us do that as we import it. So, auto mapping, the smoothing, just say full set smoothing for now. I think that works. It's, you know, it's giving me a only works if you've chosen to subdivide. Yeah, I'm not subdividing. Maybe I can't smooth this in here. We'll find out. Right now there's no normals at all. And so I think that when you ask it for smoothing, yeah, it didn't really smooth. Yeah, I didn't smooth at all. So that's not helpful. We can see the nice UV map though that it made. It did a good job. Reasonable islands. Unity man, I need you to work. Okay, it's actually doing something. It's just disbound right now. So I just wait. This is really crimping my ability to hit my goal time though, which is full 2 hours for 2 hours or less for from initial sculpt to there we go. Thank goodness. Jeez. Okay. Anyway, 2 hours from initial first sculpt to being ready to use in the game. Dredgel is here. Now, dragging it into the side so it'll be at 000, which you'll notice it is. It's also teeny. I'm going to set the scale to be 100 and still at 000 here. I'm going to move the constructor out of the way just because that's been, So obviously this is with it importing the normals. I'm going to calculate the normals at 60 degrees smoothing angle for now. Watch what happens to, first of all, obviously it starts looking awesome. Secondly, it drops to 22,000 vertices and 40,000 triangles. That's the same number that 3D Browser told me. Okay, so 60 is almost always the right smoothing angle, but if I want more, I can go up to 180. I wind up then usually losing a lot of details, but it can make it so smooth in a nice way and other times. It also lowers the vertex count. When I go with a smaller smoothing angle, the vertex count goes up. So if we go to 40, this is now 26,000 vertices. But the question is this sharper? Sometimes with ones that are done this way, they can wind up looking sharper. 40 or 60, probably 60. Yep, 60 it is. All right, so that cuts out 4,000 polys on there. So now I can't just save it because that's with the import settings. So this FBX still is only 1.5 megs, and that's with no normals calculated in there. So there's a Unity FBX exporter by Unlogic Factory. Unity has an official one now too, but I've been using this forever, so I don't really see a reason to change. Final with UVs. I believe this puts 2 UV sets on it, which I don't want, but I'll scrub that out later. No, it just puts, oh, it didn't put any UV sets, that's right. This is final with normals, so I actually named that wrong. Final with normals, but okay. Final with normals. It also switched the scale up to what I wanted it to be. Putting that in my working folder. Delete these out from Unity. Back to 3D Coat. New. Don't save. We're going to paint a UV mapped mesh, which we're going to UV map as we come in. And auto mapping is the important thing. The smoothing doesn't do anything as it notes correctly. I could have sworn I did that at some point, but sometimes I get mixed up with Substance Painter. Between Substance Painter, 3D Coat, and ZBrush, there's a lot of similarities. Okay, so this is with the smoothing now that I put in Unity. You can see how much better this looks. We now, so I can check the UVs. Looks very similar to the UVs I calculated before. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate the occlusion. That's referring to ambient occlusion, or an AO map. So this basically looks for things that are kind of hidden. Makes the holes really noticeable. And I can turn it off as well. I'm going to bake this into the diffuse map so that it literally draws the darkness on certain parts based on how occluded it is, like how much stuff is around, how many rays of light from the sphere surrounding it were able to hit it. Next thing I'm going to do is calculate the curvatures. Defaults are fine for that as well. Curvatures will not actually be shown. I'm not actually going to be using these directly, but my smart meshes will, because they will use it to determine, hey, where's an edge, where's a curve, where's all this information, along with the ambient occlusion map. Both of those are used in the parametric smart materials. So I'm going to save this, call it decimation. Okay, so let's find a base. Since this is also not a super important model, the base might wind up being pretty final. We'll see. This is very rocky. So these are my different smart materials that I created, a lot of them based on other things. So this one has sharp metal accents, which I really like. It's one that goes on top of others, though. Do I want to do any of these really, though? Let's look big picture at this. Okay, so from a distance, it's Green's one is my most recent one that I made. So let's start with that. Let's edit this smart material, and I'm going to do something different with it. So let's have this be, so if the rust be really dark, let's have the scratches also be pretty dark. Okay, so right now it's very metallic, very rough on there. Not happy with that at all. It's getting very difficult for me to actually see this thing. All right, so let's make it super bright temporarily in a weird color. Okay, so that's what we're working with. When I lower the contrast, it shows up in more places. I'm going to use a different noise pattern here. Not that one. Is kind of interesting. Make it very smooth. Okay, and now let's make it very dark. Oh, it's so slow. I'm just doing that. Okay. So take the depth down. We're there. Take the depth way up. We go there. It's going to be super shiny the way that I'm doing it here. I'm going to go ahead and make that having to kind of think about what it's actually going to look like in Unity once I'm finished with that. And not real thrilled about that. Okay, we're going to move to some blues area. That's interesting. Okay, that's better. All right, base metal. Let's go. Need a new noise pattern here. Should be better. Okay. That's more like it. Now with that in mind, I want to get rid of the lines that are in there. So I'm actually going to move, let's move to grass. Yeah. Okay, so right now, I think it's this rust that's, yep, that's what's showing up everywhere. That's, so this, I want to have it in a completely different pattern. I usually don't have very good luck with grass 6. Well, let me try tiling this better. Nope. Wow, it's having to think hard on that. Oh, I just have my mouse over it. Okay, so that's very a very material looking you know, that looks like a metallic bit, not like something else. I like that a lot. I'm a big fan of that. Okie dokie. What is this third layer? This is edges. All right, so we've got our edge highlights here. I want those to be extremely bright. and sticking up a bit too. I want the edges to pop up. Do the color at half so it blends better. I'm okay with that. Now this base color is wretched. Let's find something better. You go back into the reds and things, but this is a warrior, so that wouldn't be the worst thing. Okay, so we got that. Too monochrome. That could be interesting. Looks more warlike. All right. Always must hit save as new or else you accidentally replace your existing one. Okay, got a new red metallic, and I'm going to fill entire layer. I'll call this layer base. Now, go back to my presets. Now, I'm going to make another layer, and then I'm going to use my bright middle accents, probably. Yep. Yes, indeed. Fill this entire layer. That way I can turn it off if I want to. Did you do it? What's wrong with you? There we go. Okay. Sometimes I don't know, maybe I clicked the wrong thing. Okay. Bright accents. New layer. And paint. I mean, this is a small little StrikeCraft thing. And it's 6 o'clock. I started at 4:45. I got 15 minutes left. I'm going to do some hand painting anyway. This needs some love. Okay, let's start with this and something very red, and let's where's my I don't remember where my jitter is. That's weird. All the little fan blades that put on earlier in this video came right on off. That's nice. All right. The ambient occlusion layer is above even the hand paint layer, so it will still darken things even when I put them in the hole. That's important. Otherwise, it starts looking abnormally bright in there. And it's okay that I got a little bit of a mess on the top. I will clean that off. It's much easier to erase than it is to not hit those pieces of geometry to begin with. These are very dark holes. Not really gonna be able to see most of that. Okay. Razor. A lot of times I don't even bother to erase. Instead, I paint over and blend it through. But these are literally meant to be in the cavity only, so erasing is much more appropriate for these. But I'm still using a bit of a soft eraser because I don't want it to be super duper noticeable. Let's clean up my edges there. Okay, back to the brush. I'm enjoying these little red accents. Remember, this is going to be seen from super way off, so I don't have to be perfect, really. I would like to taper this as I go down, but I can't be bothered. And part of the reason I can't be bothered is I will handle that later with the eraser or with blending. Okay. Usually I don't actually work as much with the eraser because I really prefer to blend, but I don't really want to repaint this whole thing. The base paint coat, I think, is really nice. So what I would instead prefer to do is just paint in my accents and a little too much. Painted my accents and then call it a day. Okay. So with that in mind, it's easier to control the brush strokes after they're on. I am tempted to let this one come out more, but it would be very asymmetrical then. I could turn on turn on symmetrical painting, but I actually never do. I have yet to do so. I know where it is now, unlike last video, but I feel like it gives it more character, being a little different on each side, even if it's different to a degree that you can't really tell. I feel like it still is relevant. So, all right, I'm going to. I like this color. This color is really, really good. Let's adjust the opacity down though. Instead of being 36%, let's have it be 8. And let's make it larger. And let's just blend in a little bit around the horns here. Actually, let's call these out too. Just really broadly. I'm going to clean that up more in a minute. This is it gets very laggy when I'm painting like this with that big of a brush in this particular program. It's one of the things I don't like about 3D Coat, but ZBrush is not an appropriate painting tool at all, period. It does vertex painting, that's it. And Substance Painter used to be what I used, and it is the more popular option in general, but I don't know, I got kind of pissed off at it recently, so I've switched. I have a library of like 3,000 substance materials, and it was giving me a real hard time trying to get to those, and everything was being slow. It wouldn't smooth the normal maps, it wouldn't make UV maps nicely, and I was like, really? I have to go to 3D Coat anyway to make nice UVs? And it wasn't, I don't know, it just was a lot of things that I'm annoyed about with it, so might should have done another paint layer with this. But all right, now go more white, and instead of erasing I'm going to blend with this white material here because I want these horns to be more white and metallic. Not those. Ah. And these need a lot of whitening. I have a feeling it's not showing it all that well because of just the lighting environment here. It'll look different once I get into Unity, but sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. Okay, so where am I? I'm upside down. All right. It's not quite what I had in mind here. Let's, yeah, that's what I thought. And I can go for broke with this on these lower teeth. That's really extreme. That's too much. What if go into the red tones slightly? Can't do this without a 3D mouse. You just can't get in here. Not quickly, anyway. All right. Yeah, I like that. It's unexpected. I'm going to down the opacity, give that a little bit to these front eye things too. Actually, and I'm gonna give them a bit of blue and continue that on, but that's too much. Opacity 10%. Still too much. But instead of erasing, blending it out a bit. Just a little bit of dabs of color variation in here in general. And I am going to use the eraser after all. And I'm going to have it really big and low amount of transparency. Bright red, lighter reds. All right, these guns at the end here need something. Bright cyan. I want crazy opacity. Okay. Let's make a really low opacity. Give a little bit of apparently I need to be a little darker than that. A little more saturated than that, rather. They're actually visible now. Speaking of the tail area. Okay. A little bit of a weathered look there by adding in these bits of oranges there. Everything's not so uniform in the end. Oop, I missed. Okay. Weathered, but clearly a gun. 616. It's longer than I was supposed to. Wait, 616, 445. Oh, I still got half an hour. Is that right? Yeah, I started at 445. I'm way ahead of schedule. I'm doing great. All right. In that case, nope. Not that I need to use all of my time each time, but still. These things on the side, they do need some love though. All right, let's do something here. Some reddish stuff going on the outside, and continuing on the inside I think makes sense. I'll need some erasing in a bit. The reds are not quite the same anywhere on here, which I like. A lot of times I use a jitter with my brush on purpose, but I'm having a moment where I'm not finding the jitter for some reason. Did not update 3D code, I'm just having a moment. I don't know. Okay. Just kind of blotting a little bit. Those sharp white edges, sharp silver edges I really want. I do really like the asymmetry of not doing symmetrical painting, just because if it's identical on both sides, why not just mirror it and just draw the same thing? I mean, the occlusion map would be different on each side, but what's the point? Why do I have two sides if I'm not painting any differently on either side? So, all right. Again, I can't imagine how long this would take if I were doing this without a 3D mouse. I know that some artists would be horrified that I'm using a regular mouse along with the 3D mouse instead of using a pen and tablet, but my hands are not steady. I don't know if it's carpal tunnel or what it is, or just lack of practice, lack of strength, but I don't have the steadiness with my fingers, so I have to rely on things that don't require a steady hand, which all this loose blending and everything does not, which is nice. And moving the mouse precisely also just doesn't require a steady hand, so work with whatever your limitations are. I mean, I have a tablet, it's just sitting in the garage. In fairness, it's just like a bamboo, it's not a Cintiq. But I'm also not a 2D illustrator. Never have been. A 3D artist since 1998, though. All right. Much better. Those things actually stand out. This one's still a little weak. Okay. There's more that I could do, but I don't feel like that's necessarily warranted. I don't feel like at this point anything I add is really going to draw more attention positively to anything. I do need to clean this up. There, my dog is freaking out at delivering. Okay. Changed my mind about up there. Say that is not part of this thing. That looks better. That looks more natural. I could just really light opacity 3% here. Just kind of muss it up a little bit there. Maybe a little more than 3. Or I'm on the eraser still. Pfft. No wonder that was not doing anything. It's like, this really doesn't seem to be doing anything. What's going on? Okay, that looks like smeared lipstick. Too far. There we go. Something to kind of blend this while still leaving the center more prominent. That's better. Okay. I think I'm done. So, export object and textures. And I've got it already in my own format. DZ Drigil.fbx, and it will export PNGs for me as well. So that albedo, the normal, there's no emission map on this. And the metallic roughness, etc. I could make an emission map for this one. It would actually be kind of warranted. We'll see. Let's put this into Unity and see what I feel like. Okay, this came back with 31,000 vertices, 40,000 triangles. Because, of course, why not? Why it has more, I don't know. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and copy from, let's do metal harvesters material, because I've already got this set up as a It's being pretty close to what I want. So DZ drag that on. That's the wrong everything. But now we put on proper things, fix the normal map so it's actually a normal map, and then set everything back to the defaults, turn specular highlights back on, set the color back to there. So now we're at what would be a default import. Okay. Very bright on the lighted side. So if I take the occlusion mult and put it down, this will actually increase the strength of the occlusion. So like this makes the dark side darker, which for this one feels appropriate. You're looking at it like this a lot of the time. I'm gonna add glow to this thing. I can't not. This one's begging for glow. So there will be an emission map. All right. See about our roughness. Nope. The normal maps you can't do except you have to have 3 different multipliers. This one makes it go down when you go up. It's the RGB. And this one makes it go down when you go down. This would be the G. This would be the R. But I actually think the normal map intensity on this is... Oh, that's pretty intense, actually. There it is. So... Okay, here we go. Now, in order to save... Right, so this is 2.7 megabytes right now. This would be using in RAM. This thing would be using like 4. So it's got UV and UV2. We're going to get rid of that. That's okay. Albedo 2.7, the way around that. I'm going to have the quality of the metallic roughness occlusion map. Boom. You can't really tell a difference from this distance even. We went from 2.7 megs to 0.7 megs. The normal map, because of the format that it is 5.3 megs. If I have this, it's an enormous savings. And I lose some of the detail that I painted. It's just not there. But 1.3 megs, it's worth it in this particular case. Okay, I'm going to show and explore. Okay, there it already is. Photoshop's already open. That's helpful. I'm going to make my own emission map here. So here is what we created in... what do you call it? 3D Coat. So, this looks like the inside of the fans there. Have that selected. Let's select those. And let's select that. This right here should be the gun, I'm betting. We will find out. Right click, select inverse, Shift U, or Shift U, yeah. And then We will save this, not over top of itself, but as mission, and then we'll further clean up whatever needs to be cleaned up. That'll get imported here. I need to change shaders now. Arkin. Com HSV, no I miss. So I went com M HSV. I think I put the... No, I didn't. The normal map multipliers on this. That's fine. Whatever. This is fine. Okay. Well, so we can see that I got a lot of the areas I meant to get. But just how bright do I want these to be? Got a couple of areas on the outside here. Fun thing, I can actually find that in here if I all right, so where is this? This is here. So these areas right there, and these areas there. Okay, so wait. Oh, don't zoom in like that. That's not helpful. Okay, well, at any rate, all of these areas are do it like this. I'm going to overpaint with black because I might be wrong as to what is what. Where is my... These are the bits that look like they do not belong. Now, if I'd wanted to paint a emission map directly, I could have done that too, but did not care to do that. Well, let's see what this does. I'm saving from here because I'm moving from 2 layers down to the emission map, and so this is easier way to do it rather than trying to edit it directly. Did I get it? Got the edge of one of those. See, and I've got some little loose bits elsewhere. Okay, those are lit up as well. All right, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. So any of the things that if I do too much, I can go back in and correct it. So hence this approach. Don't need that. All right. This is a problem right there. Okay. Wrong one. Okay. So still got a light in there, which I don't really want. Got those lights, those look good. Got a couple little extraneous lights out there. those quite bright. Nice. I hadn't looked at that one yet. I thought that was going to be good. All right, so extraneous cleanup. What do we got here? All right, if this is still problematic, I will probably lower the resolution of it because I will then lose that extra detail, which I don't need in the first place. So how much is this taking? 2.7, of course. So let's take this down to 0.7 and perfect. If I wanted to, I could even go to 512. Let's see if that works. No, that is not a good move. Unless I substantially brighten this. Those aren't perfect lights, but they're pretty interesting lights, so I'm a fan. I specifically said I wasn't going to do emission on all the Zenith stuff. Oh well. Apparently, can't keep to it. All right. So right-click, unpack prefab completely, because that was the other. It was the prefab that was made by the model itself. This goes in expansion 2, Zenith Onslaught. Hit save. This is not ready. Save all assets. It is 6:39, so I have 6 minutes to finish. All right, let's do this. Hit my 2-hour mark. Okay, so start out with 40,000 triangles. Doing automatic LOD. Change the save path to be DC Dredgel. Okay, went back to the defaults. That sucks. All right, so I want 4 layers. First, all right, so curvatures and borders, do not recalculate normals. Reduction strength, say 7%, sure. So we'll just say an even 10, say 45, 75, 85, don't worry about any of that stuff, and generate LEDs. We'll see how these look. If these are nasty, then cancel. Staying in the scene. I'm not using Unity's LEDs, so at this point I come in here and hit revert all on the prefab, and what I've created are these 3 meshes. Why do I only have 3? I specifically said 4. Okay, 27, 48, 36. That doesn't go low enough. Why don't I have 4? Son of a. All right. What is going on? Add 85. Why did you disappear last time? Try it again. Reducing meshes 1 of 3. Where's number 4? What you doing, Polyfew? I asked for... That's annoying. Transition height. That must be up. It's when it becomes this thing. That must be it. I'm not actually using the transition height, but, you know, don't get me wrong. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So I'll just say 0.1. Okay. Try again, please. There we go. Okay. Nice. Down to 2,000 on the last one. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so we revert. These final ones go into my folder here. All the rest of this can get deleted. So these are the meshes, not in FBX format, but in this weird Unity mesh format that is here. And I adjusted Polyfew to strip out UV2s, which are normally used for light mapping, which we're not doing. Because why would you do light mapping in space? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, now, now I need to add visual solo mush ship on here. And the dog wants to be let back in. Come in. All right, we're almost done. So I have this nice thing that auto fixes most of the stuff on it, sets up the bulk of what I need. Big first question though is, what is the quality of LED0? Is it good enough to use? Well, it's hardly different. That is not worth it. Okay, how about LED1? How different's that? Remember, this is a strike craft. All right, so how big are these on disk? Let's find that out. 2 megs, 129. Okay, cool. RAM is fine. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to use LOD0 because I am vain. And we'll set these up. We'll say this will just show for 50, 150. We'll say 1,500 and then 15,000. Save apply prefab. And so as we zoom out, so right now this is displaying LED0. So we zoom out here, so right now we're at distance of 23, 2050, so that just switched over to LED1. Can't even tell the difference. In reality, it'll be drawn bigger in the game, and so I'll have to readjust those potentially, but these are pretty reasonable first guess numbers anyway. So now that's a problem for integration, or opportunity, whatever, for integration later. I no longer need the original mesh, so goodbye to that to save some space. This is the prefab. I will copy its path into my little working notepad thing here. Okay, close that out. No, good with that. and commit. And 6:47. What was the precise time I started? 4:45. Okay, it's 2 minutes over. There's a lot of waiting around for Unity there for like 5-10 minutes there too. But I feel good when I'm able to keep to my schedule. So Dredgel, I did take 2 hours. It is done. Market as such. Actual RAM usage. 3, 5, 6, and a little 6.3. 6.3 plus 2.7, so 9. So 1.4, so 10.4 plus 1.3, so that is 11, so it's basically 12. So, all right, estimate's right on the money of megabytes used in total RAM. So, alrighty, that's the Dredgel. I was gonna do 2, but I need to eat some dinner. So, all right, thanks for watching.